copyright notices. If you wish to read, pause the video. The original videos are linked in the description down below. Enjoy. Alright then, so this is just a carry on from yesterday's video. I've got a little bit more information, there's a little bit more of a video to go, and the interaction before they walk over to the car. We'll just get straight into it and we'll break it down as and when we need to.
You got it. You got it.
What are you doing? What's the matter?
Walking on my land. What are you guys doing on my land?
Well, we're just helping him put up a fence post.
Right, he's not allowed to do that. He's moved the fence post.
For the security of his house, because his land is insecure at the moment.
For the security of our land, he's taken our land by 20 centimetres.
Alright, that's a civil dispute at the moment. At the moment, we're
So
just...
what are you guys saying?
Okay, so let's get one thing straight. If a police officer is trespassing on your property, you can ask them to leave. And if they don't leave, you can use reasonable force to remove them. Do tell them before you use that reasonable force that you will use reasonable force to remove them off of your property. You are covered by the law to do so, unless if the officer has a legal right to be there by chasing criminal, etc., etc., but they're not allowed to just trespass onto your property. You can remove their rights of access, and if they refuse to move and you have to use reasonable force to remove them, that is allowed. Secondly, they're saying it's a civil matter, but you're assisting in the civil matter. So you're either there to prevent a breach of the peace, or you're there to assist him, which you've already said you're there to assist him to secure his land.
My land.
We're just here for the safety of his, because his house is insecure.
The safety of his. He ain't
His house
under
is
threat.
insecure.
We're under threat of fucking invasion here.
They're saying his house is insecure. His house is not insecure. I can see a front door there which is attached. This is just a lean-to, so his house is secure. So them being on the property is unacceptable in my eyes, and I would ask them to leave, and if they fail to leave, I would remove them with reasonable force.
And you're enabling this guy to take over land.
Alright.
It ain't a fucking all-you-can-eat buffet for fucking real estate,
Alright,
is
can you
it?
not swear, please?
Swearing's not fucking criminal.
So I hate to do this again, but they're gonna use a Public Order Act of 1986, Section 5, which is harassment, alarm, or distress. A person is guilty of an offence if he uses threatening or abusive words or behaviour, or disorderly behaviour, or displays any written sign or other verbal representation which is threatening or abusive within the hearing or sight of a person likely to cause harassment, alarm, or distress, thereby an offence is under this section has been committed, blah, 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 it goes on. But this offence cannot be committed if in a dwelling is inside a dwelling, or other persons inside their dwelling, blah, 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 blah. The key word here is using threatening or abusive. He wasn't threatening, and the words he used was not abusive. Short and sweet, it can't be asked for going through it all. I've used this one loads of times, but let's just carry on.
We're pissed off. He's taking our land. You guys are enabling him.
Alright.
You guys
Please stop
That's
swearing.
something that you need to go through court for, though, isn't it? Because that's a
So
civil
what?
matter.
So
That is
what's
a civil
criminal
matter.
about? What's criminal about him not taking our land?
It's not
No, what's
criminal.
criminal
That's
about-
civil.
Huh?
That's what I'm saying. It's
So what are
civil.
you guys here for? Are you here for civil or criminal?
We're here for a different reason. We don't need to tell you why.
These are for criminal, right?
Yeah.
Not for civil,
Yeah,
not
but
for
I'm
civil
telling you
reasons.
that what you're saying to us now is a civil matter. Okay.
The whole land dispute is civil.
You can't enable him to take land.
The
You
land-
can't just
That's
enable
a
him.
civil matter.
Yeah, but you
His
can't.
house is insecure, so we're putting up a fence to secure his property.
So the mistake the camera person is doing here is not asking them to leave his property. The minute they do that and they refuse to do so, they are then breaking the law because it's aggravated trespass. They're being asked to leave, they're refusing to do so, and they are causing the person with the camera harassment, alarm, and distress, which then makes it aggravated trespass. That's the biggest problem here. The police are assisting in a civil matter when they've got no legal right to do so, and the whole argument of 20 centimetres of land needs to go to court. That 20 centimetres of land, if this guy wants to keep that 20 centimetres, could cost him a hell of a lot of money.
Broke this fence.
Okay, alright, that's fine.
He broke this
Right,
fence.
okay.
You guys are ridiculous.
You don't really need to be here, do you?
What, my house?
No, why don't you just pop back inside? Because you're not
But
helping
this
this
is my
situation,
house.
are you?
No, this is my house.
You're not helping this situation.
What do you mean I'm not supposed to be at my house?
No, I'm
You're
saying
not
you
helping the
don't.
situation.
You don't need
Huh?
to be here, is what I'm saying. Not you don't
What's
supposed to be.
What's the situation?
As in, this gentleman's trying to secure his
The
property.
si-
So what's it
situation-
got to do with
the
you? It's
situation,
got nothing
he-
to do with you.
So this officer is fucking wrong. Plain and simple, she is wrong. It's got everything to do with him. He is there building on his property. You are trespassing on his property. So yes, he has all legal rights to be there. It is his property. You cannot ask him to move on. You cannot make him move on. And in fact, he could ask you to move on and he could make you move on.
Of course it's got everything
It
to do
hasn't
with
got
it.
anything to do with you. He's trying to
He's
secure
broken,
his
he's
property.
broken my fence.
He's trying
our
to secure
fence.
his property.
He's broken our fence. How's that not my situation? Unbelievable. You enable this guy. What is this? Taking our property. And it's not my
You
situation.
can take that to the court, can't you? You can speak to the courts about that.
It's not my situation, is it?
Got nothing to do with us right now.
So what are you guys here for then?
Help him secure the fence.
But how can you enable criminal activity?
I'm enabling him to secure his land at the moment.
Securing his land. This is securing my land.
His land is this land here, all right? And at the moment,
Our land
it's his land.
over there. He moved the fence. He's broken the fence.
Again, this officer is admitting to assisting him to move the fence, basically. This person is claiming that he has damaged their fence, which is a criminal matter, is criminal damage. The officer clearly does not care at the moment. Secondly, like I said, it is a criminal offence for this person to damage the fence. And it is also a civil matter that he has moved it. But the police are not going to do anything because they don't care. They're only there to do one job. And the fact that this person come out recording and challenged them is put an ick right in their gut.
1 year ago, he said he was going to replace the fence that he's damaged. He hasn't done none of it. He's built this fucking contraption, yeah, to take over our land, 20 centimetres, and then you guys are enabling. You guys are enabling him.
What were you going to do with that 20 centimetres of land? Were you going to use it?
Doesn't matter, is it yours?
No, it's just asking.
Is it your
It's a
land? It's
question.
my land, isn't it?
Just
What I
asking
do
what you
with it
gonna
is
do
my
with
prerogative, isn't it? If someone's taken over my land, I've got a right to protect it. You can't enable this twat. Paul just takes over people's property.
Right,
spies
move
on,
away. You're just
spies
making
on
the
people.
situation worse.
What
You
situation?
don't need to be here right now.
The situation was
You
worse.
don't need to be out here right now.
I have a
So he has every right to be out there. And what's it got to do with you, what he wants to do with that 20 centimetres of land? It's his land. He paid for that 20 centimetres of land. And it might be 20 centimetres wide, but how long is it? It's the full width of that extension by the looks of it. So it's not just 20 centimetres of land, is it? No. Secondly, what's it got to do with you, officers? What he wants to do with that piece of land, seriously. Thirdly, he doesn't have to move away. He can stay on his property all he wants. If it was me, I would have gone and got my strimmer and started cutting the grass right where it is. Made the officers move off my property. I would have had them move off the property immediately.
reason to be
This
on
is
my
civil.
land.
This is civil matter.
I have a reason to be on my land.
Yes,
You can't
but
tell me
right
I
now
can't
you
be
don't
at my
need to
house.
be here.
Where else am I going to be?
Inside.
Are you telling me to
Inside.
go somewhere else now?
I'm telling
This
you
is
to go
my
inside.
house.
That's what I'm telling you to
This
do.
is my house. What are you doing slipping on my land anyways? Telling me to go on my fucking house. Stepping on my land, telling me to go on my house. Huh? Bloody ridiculous.
So it ends there like that. In my eyes, like I said, straight away I'd have asked him to get off my property. If not, give him a warning that you will use reasonable force to remove him off your property. And if that didn't work, removing him off the property, you are in your legal rights to do that, unless if the police officers have a legal basis to be there. In this case, I do not have a legal basis to be there. This guy can secure the property from his side. It didn't need to be on that side of the fence. The coppers did not need to be there at all. But that's just my opinion. Let us know what you thought of this interaction in the comments down below. As always, like the video, it does open YouTube's algorithm, and I'll catch you on the next one.